Now, growing old and losing the ability to think. New research reveals dementia is now one of our greatest fears. The all too common disease now directly impacts 2 out of every 3 New Zealanders. But how much do we actually know about it? Joined now by Alzheimer's New Zealand Executive Director Catherine Hall and Alzheimer's New Zealand champion Colin Mathura-Jeffree, who lost a family member to Alzheimer's. I want to start off with you first though, Catherine. Tell us about this new research. I mean, it's far more widespread than perhaps people realise, isn't it?
That's right. Look, we know and have known for some time that dementia is one of New Zealand's most significant and growing healthcare challenges. But what the research tells us is that it touches the vast majority of us. 2 out of every 3 know or have known somebody with dementia. And for many, it directly affects their daily lives and their families.
And it's something, though, that despite it being common, I guess, for a lot of us to have known someone, even directly within the family, it's still something, for the most part, we're quite afraid of.
That's right, that's right. I mean, it is a very significant condition, but the research also tells us that around half of people don't know very much about dementia. So that's why, from our perspective, it's really important that people start to learn about dementia so that they're prepared and so that they can get the help that they need.
And Colin, I want to talk to you about, I guess, your personal story with your grandmother. Tell us about that, because you were quite young when she was first diagnosed.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, when you're a child and then you love your grandmother so much, and then you notice that she's doing things that are quite comical, like going to a museum and asking where the fruit and vegetable section is. And while that's entertaining to a child, you notice the worry on your parents' faces. And then she wasn't allowed to pick us up from school anymore and things like that, because she'd get lost taking us home. So I grew up with that, and there's still upsets me.
Yes. And what was it? I mean, it was for 20 years she suffered from it.
Yes, yes. And she's an incredible woman. And the thing about dementia is it's so unknown. You know, and we all have to live through it and support the people that we have, you know, in our families that have dementia, and it's incredibly widespread. That's, yeah.
I mean, and as we can see, I mean, with your emotion now, it's not just the sufferer, it is the entire family, it's the entire network, that it really does deeply impact so many people, doesn't it?
It does, it does. It's a community sickness, I believe. And
Catherine, you said half of us from the survey, half of us don't know much about it. So what can we do, I guess, to improve awareness and understanding? Because that's the next step, really, isn't it?
It is. And look, we've got a big campaign which is about encouraging people to learn more about dementia, and that's just starting this week. So we encourage anyone who wants to know more about dementia to visit our website, aboutdementia.org.nz. Anyone who's concerned, though, that they or someone that's close to them might have dementia should go and visit their doctor so that they can have a full assessment and so that they can get the right diagnosis.
Yeah, you keep going.
And anyone who's interested in getting more support or assistance could contact their local Alzheimer's organisation on 0800 004 001.
Do you think for the most part New Zealanders are quite, I guess, understanding of it now? I mean, you said it was quite difficult when you were quite young, perhaps.
In the 80s. Yeah.
Yes. Do you think it's better now? Do you think we've improved?
Personally, I don't think so. I think that we're on a journey now to understand more, to get it more in the open, because it's one of those sicknesses. It's not, you know, when we see things like cancer and other illnesses, this is one that is behind closed doors, and it becomes very private, just because of the nature of it, I think, and then there's a lot of security around the person and care and love. So I think it is very quiet and behind closed doors, and I think it needs to come out more in the open and become a community recognised. Well, there needs to be more community recognised support.
Well, it sounds like the work that both of you are doing are going a long way in helping that. Colin and Kath, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. All right, we're still trying to get hold of